to the call. Okay, so we do have Dr. Cooper on. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. Like I stated, this is Wellness Wednesday. I love the fourth Wednesday of every. I love every Wellness Wednesday, but I love especially the fourth Wednesday of every month when I can partner up with Dr. Corey Cooper to talk about all things Plexus and why we as pharmacists became a part of the Plexus family and continue to share the benefits of supporting our gut health in this way. So, welcome again, everyone. I do want to start off by sharing my screen and sharing a little bit about what happened yesterday. So we did have the opportunity to have an in-person event in Houston, Texas, where we had one of our corporate leaders, our chief field development officer, Jean-Pierre Score from corporate to come and be with us last night as we shared the same similar to what I'm doing here. But there were women in the room who were able to hear from just different people in their different stages of life, from different walks of life, different backgrounds. And it was really a phenomenal time just getting back in person and really sharing the benefits of supporting gut health. What is gut health? And I feel like there is a lot of disparity on who genuinely knows what is gut health. And I will raise my hand and say, even as a pharmacist, even as a healthcare professional, even as somebody who was in school for I don't know, total of 10 years, undergrad and PharmD and all the things, certifications, didn't really grasp the concept because I felt like it was the absence of something negative related to GI. So fill in the blank. For me, gut health means you may be constipated, you may have acid reflux, um, or things related to what goes on in your GI tract. Now, when I learned about Plexus, and it became very evident to me that every layer of our health and every system is responding to the health of our gut. And fundamentally, it means do you have a good balance of bacteria, fungus, toxins, things that live in that microbiome? That balance meaning, do you have 80% good microbes to 20% bad microbes? Because there is a role to having bad microbes or not so beneficial, or the bad microbes in your system, non-beneficial, right? There is a role for that. But I think when you put it in perspective of the balance, and I'm getting all tongue-tied because I'm so excited. I just got reinvigorated about last night when we were at that in-person, about the importance of just fundamentally being able to explain that to where people can understand. And I think having Plexus as a tool has equipped us with the ability to make it simple, because it doesn't have to be complex. But the win and where people see their wellness unlocked is with the consistency of it. And I had to retrain my brain, and Dr. Corey can come in and talk about this as well. Retrain your brain, because we're trained clinically to help people manage disease states. And a lot of times Western medicine makes that mean you have a prescription to turn off the symptom, not a real solution to address the root cause. So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to introduce, I know I said I was going to pull up my screen. I'll do that later after Dr. Corey talks. But tonight we decided to focus on How we can equip our body to naturally increase GLP-1. And if you've never heard that term GLP-1, that is what the latest phenomenon of weight loss prescription drugs or therapies help to influence in our body. So the skinny shot, the shots, the injections, all the things. Um, those our body can naturally produce GLP-1. And Dr. Corey is going to take it away and kind of fill in the gaps as it relates to why is that important and how our body does that naturally.
Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing this evening? Hopefully you hear me okay. Thumbs up for yes. Perfect. So excited to be able to have this conversation around GLP-1 because I've actually talked about this before. And I know we've had this conversation a little bit before, but I think what's new and different now, which actually sort of brought it to the forefront of why we might need to spend a little bit more time on it, is this idea of, so now everyone is turning to GLP-1 agonists. Ozempic is probably what most of you all know a GLP-1 agonist by. So that's, I'll just use that one example. There's many more, but I'll use that one example to sort of jog your memory. But it's interesting because now, in addition to seeing just the widespread use of these types of medications, it's now also in shortage. And because it's in shortage, people are making fake copies of these medications. And they're in these same clinics that help people to promote weight loss. They're now using fake medicine to help that people are, everyone wants one of these GLP-1 agonists. So they're not really questioning where they get it from. They're just going to whatever clinic has it available. But people are taking advantage of that. And they're taking advantage of it and they're making counterfeit products. And so this is what I think is so interesting about this. And so one, I remember back in 2005 when these products first came on the market. So for those of you who thought they were new, they're not. They've been on the market since 2005. So almost 20 years have these drugs been available, but you're just now hearing about them. And I kind of find it funny. When I was using them to manage type 2 diabetes, I was back in practice then. Those are my residency days back in 2005. So I'm in the clinic, I'm using these medications, and nobody wanted them. Nobody wanted to take them. They were an injection. Two, they caused nausea. They made people, go to the bathroom a lot more frequently than they wanted to. They were belching. They had these stomach cramps. So there were all these side effects that people had that they weren't willing to take this injectable medication that was good for their diabetes, but they weren't willing to take it because of the side effects. And then, of course, everybody was afraid of needles. But now, somehow, because they have learned that this drug works for weight loss, no one's afraid of needles anymore, and no one seems to care about the side effects. So what's so interesting to me is how we can easily shift. So, like a lot of times, your healthcare provider talks to you about things that are good for preventing disease or, using a medication to treat disease. And these are chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, hypertension, high blood pressure. So we hear about all these different things, these different conditions, and we use these medications in Western medicine to help us heal and help us, not really heal, but help us to actually take over for our body what our body isn't able to do for ourselves. So instead of actually healing, it just takes the process over. But we're so quick to do that for a medication. And we're willing to do it for a medication because when a medication takes over, it works a lot faster. I mean, that's why we have medications, is to speed up the process of ensuring that your body can do the things that it needs to do. So that's what we use it for chronic disease. And then, of course, in emergencies, we need it fast because we need to deal with the emergency. So medications are designed to give you a result faster than you normally would get that result if you waited on your body to sort of learn how to recover and take care of itself. And so, but that's the thing. We actually can increase our own GLP-1 naturally. We just tend to not really have the patience anymore to allow our bodies to do that. So there are 4 different ways that I generally talk about that are actually proven to help your body to increase GLP-1 naturally. So one of those is thinking about the foods that you intake. So foods that are high in fiber, fatty fishes, fruits and vegetables, all the foods that you know that you probably should be eating anyway, you are actually good for GLP-1. It helps you have more GLP-1. And for those of you who are kind of maybe not have been following the GLP-1 story, and you're like, well, what is GLP-1 again? It's a hormone that gets released when you eat, and it helps you to feel full. It basically slows down the time that the food is in your gut. So when you're taking food, it goes through the digestive system. GLP-1 hormone gets secreted, and and it slows down the transit time, or it slows down how long the food is in the gut. So that way that you can feel full faster, longer. So it improves satiety. It gets released along with insulin. So those hormones kind of work together, which is why originally it was used for type 2 diabetes. So you have this product being used for type 2 diabetes that helps. We later find out to help with weight loss. And so what when we're looking for how to increase GLP-1 naturally, we're looking for something that is going to help us feel fuller longer, help us to slow food down in the digestive system, help us to have normal insulin secretion. So all of those things go along with increasing GLP-1. So one of the ways, as I just mentioned, the different types of foods that you eat. And so if you think about this, right? So a lot of what is happening with this medication is that people are taking the medication instead of eating the things that would help them to lose weight. Because if they were eating those things, then they probably would not be in a position of feeling like where they needed the medication. Now, there are people who are taking the medication that are nowhere near weight that would be considered obese. Technically, it's indicated, and for those patients who actually qualify by BMI for obesity, unless they have some other chronic disease like type 2 diabetes, then they can get it sooner than that. But technically, it's for people who have been classified as what we would say is obese. And we could have a whole other conversation about, is BMI real? We won't do that tonight. But essentially what that means is, if you were they're ideally should be eating those foods anyway. So I'm sure when they went to their healthcare provider, maybe you have had some of these same conversations with your healthcare provider. I'm sure there was a conversation about eating certain foods to help promote weight loss. So that means that if we wait on the process of eating certain foods, eating the high fiber, eating the fruits and vegetables, eating fatty fishes like salmon, eating foods like that, not only are you helping weight, but you're also helping to increase GLP-1 naturally. I was with someone today who talked about they just got a prescription for another GLP-1 agonist, and they were talking about their protein intake, because GLP-1 agonists can sometimes, when you lose the weight, you also lose muscle. And so they were concerned about losing their muscle, and so they were eating a lot of protein, 100 grams of protein a day, so that they would not have muscle wasting or lose muscle. And again, if you stop and think about, if you were to eat more protein in your diet, eating more protein in your diet would also help you to feel fuller longer, help you to promote more GLP-1, and help you to lose weight. So the thing is, we're just not willing to wait on that stuff, because you're going to have to do all the same things. So this particular person, that's what they're supposed to do, but they also, sat there and ate bags of candy while we were, in the meeting, right? So, we have to, so we recognize that it's not an immediate shift, and that's fine. No one's saying you can't have a bag of candy if you want, but the point that I'm making is that there's a shift in the types of foods that you eat if you really want to lose weight the healthy way. So being on the medication doesn't change that shift. You still have to make that, but the medication just helps push you along faster. And because we're not willing to wait on our body to do it naturally for us, we lean on the medication. Another way that you can increase your GLP-1 naturally is getting good sleep. So average 7 to 9 hours of sleep is associated with improving GLP-1 levels. You can increase your GLP-1 levels naturally by getting somewhere between 7 to 9 hours of sleep on a regular basis. Getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep also helps your body burn fat. So again, we're not willing to wait on trying the process. So we're not willing to wait on making sure we have good sleep hygiene. We're not willing to put in the time to figure out, is there a nighttime routine that supports me getting those 7 to 9 hours of sleep? And if I do that on a consistent basis, not only am I promoting my GLP-1s, I'm increasing my ability to eat less and be fuller longer. I'm also helping my body to burn fat, because that's what your body likes to do when you get rest. So again, we're not waiting. We have to wait, right? The medicine just takes away the time that we're in. So the thing about about doing things naturally, and even with supplementation is designed to help. I always say it helps my body take care of itself when I'm not taking care of it. So it comes in and helps on my behalf when I'm not getting enough sleep, when I'm working long hours, and when I'm staying up late, I'm stressed out over all those things. The supplementation helps take care of me when I'm not taking care of me, because supplements help your body to learn how to do what it's supposed to do on your own. That's not what medications do. Medications take over. Medications say, don't worry about it, I got you. I'm gonna just do it for you. So that's why when people stop the medications, the weight sometimes comes back with a vengeance, because their body never learned how to do it on its own. It was just getting what it needed from the medication. So you remove the medication, the body can no longer do what it was doing for you at the time that you were taking it. Another way you can increase GLP-1 levels naturally is exercise. So regular exercise, walking, strength building, so using weights, that promotes GLP-1. I bet you if you do that on a regular basis, you'd probably lose weight too, right? So if you're kind of, if you're like following what I'm saying here, like all these different things are things that we are telling people anyway that they should be doing to promote weight loss, but they're not willing to do them, so they take the medication instead. So when we think about supplementation, the supplements that we use, in particular, one of the supplements that we recommend with Plexus, that you heard Dr. Rachel talk about gut health. One of those supplements, the Plexus Slim, polydextrose, helps your body to increase GLP-1 naturally, helps your body to learn how its natural hunger hormone, its natural satiety, its natural feelings of fullness. So the goal is to help your body learn how to remember that it knows how to take care of you. It's just that it forgets because we eat the wrong things, we stay up late, we don't take care of ourselves. So we can also, all the things that someone you would normally tell you to do, your healthcare provider would normally tell you to do to increase GLP-1, to lose weight, are the same things that you would do to increase GLP-1 naturally. We default to the medication because we're not willing to wait. And so if you're on this call, I know you're willing to wait and you're willing to learn, like, what can I do so I don't have to rely on something doing it for me? What can I do so I can empower myself? Because to me, what we're talking about right now is about being an empowered patient, being empowered in your health. Because now you can say oh, I know that there are things I can do that will help my body do what it needs to do. And that to me is empowering. And that to me is what you can do by learning the proper use of supplementation. Those are a few of the things that you're hearing anyway when it comes to weight loss. But they also are doing what these medications are doing. They're increasing your GLP-1. The weight loss comes from increasing your GLP-1 in addition to to the burning fat, in addition to building muscle. All of those things work together. So don't be afraid to wait. Be empowered in the fact that you are in control and that you can chart your own journey when it comes to your health. And you can do it in a way that doesn't require a prescription.
Dr. Corey. Okay, so if you heard anything, if you heard nothing, you heard her say so many things, but this one stuck out for me, and this is what I want to piggyback on is supplements help your body. Let me just stop and say, I was that pharmacist before Plexus, and even since Plexus, if it's not Plexus, I'm like, side eye supplements. Oh, it's creepy, it's scary, it's a scam. because there's so much dysregulation. I mean, and so much lack of integrity sometimes in the supplement world. We get that in our minds, like, oh, it's not approved, right? So that's why I get on this call. That's why anybody who knows me knows I'm Plexus for life, because of the integrity behind the product line. So let me just start saying that, to say that, because it's not just supplement, blanket supplements. I'm talking about quality, integrity supplements. Now, are do they exist outside of Plexus? I'm sure they do. But I understand the role, the stance that Plexus has taken on being integrous, doing the research, standing on the science, being the OG gut microbiome company. So all those things mean something to me, as I have, as I still practice pharmacy and I represent somebody in the healthcare industry like Dr. Corey, that is putting my name on something, behind something. So that means something to me. Supplements help your body to do what it should be doing when you're not able to. So to me, that translates into the consistency piece. And that to me is big, because in my mind, um, in order to achieve the level of wellness that I know I desired, it was going to take more than I was willing to sacrifice. I thought only those people who are vegan, meditate and do yoga and live in the woods can achieve those things, right? So not somebody who wears all these hats, has a vibrant social life, is a busy mom, is a healthcare professional, where is avid uh half marathoner, because I was thinking I had to be that runner, right? That person who was, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do that. And I'm learning that it is not that, right? And supplements help you bridge that gap to be able to get there. Because at the end of the day, I started the call talking about the gut balance. And at the end of the day, if you can find layers and ways that you can allow your good bacteria to thrive while helping your body to regulate the bad bacteria and detox it, then you are winning. And does it stay that way? No. Is it highs and lows? Is it a journey? Yes. But when you have a product line that helps you to address these things on a daily basis by adding in things that can supplement and support your wellness and taking away the things that detract from it, then you are ahead of the game. And that's where we are right here in Plexus. So a couple of things I know about GLP-1 agonist prescriptions is people lose lean muscle mass. So yeah, you dropped the weight, but you lost your lean muscle mass, which then puts you at a risk for falls, broken bones, osteoporosis, all these things at the on the other side of it. Because yes, you look good, and yes, you wear the size, and yes, maybe you have worked to get off of some prescriptions, but what are the long-term effects? Right? Decreased nutrition. Okay, yes, you have the medications have helped you to not want to eat so much, increase your satiety, right? But where's your nutrient density falling? Like what you are eating, or when you are eating, what are those things that you are choosing? Having a balanced gut helps you to make better food choices. Because I'm here to tell you, it's not your lack of willpower. It's not the sweet tooth that you were born with. It is what bugs in your body, in your gut, are telling you that they are hungry. Is it the yeast? Is it the toxins? Is it those things that are fueling your, I have to have the soda. I have to have the dessert. I have to have the fried foods. I have to go to Chick-fil-A. Is it your good thriving microbiome that's saying, oh, I really want a salad. Oh, I really want a crunch. Oh, I really want, some quinoa. So what is dictating what is dictating those food choices, and where are your nutrients coming from? On the medications, you heard Dr. Corey talk about increased GI distress when you're especially when you're someone's first starting those medications. And this is not a let's bash injectables. This is not that kind of call. It's just, hey, we know this is the real deal with those medications, and if we can help empower people with the information that, hey, there's a different way to be able to do that, to insert the consistency that you need to be able to do it, then why not explore that option? And we do have that option here at Plexus. You may have heard people who start on injectables who end up in the hospital because they're dehydrated chronically dehydrated. Because the medications cause that, and you're not wanting to drink, you're not wanting to eat, you're going on about your day, you know. Those signals are being turned off. What is really the end goal if you think about it? So, and that's why I want to share this video. It's, oh gosh, it's already 8:28. I didn't want this call to last longer than 30 minutes, so I'm not going to share the video, but I am going to share um uh what Plexus products we have to specifically influence GLP-1. And I am going to share my screen and talk about that briefly because I thought it was a really great slide. Plexus has products that specifically help to weed, seed, and feed our gut. What good microbes are we planning and introducing? How are we feeding them? And how are we getting rid of the bad bacteria? If you can imagine being able to do that in an easy way every day, that's basically addresses a lot of what Dr. Corey talked about when in positively influencing your GLP-1. And what about those people who don't have weight loss as a goal? I need to gain healthy weight. I don't need to be on slim. But I'm here to tell you that everybody can benefit from having that healthy microbiome, because some of the things that you're trying to address, guarantee you, are directly related to the health of your gut. Being able to really address having a leaky gut, if you've ever heard about that. If you haven't, I want you to research it, Google it, however you want to look into it. Research leaky gut and eczema, leaky gut and asthma, leaky gut and fill in the blank. You will, they will tell you. So basically, Plexus had, I don't know why I can't pull this up. Y'all, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna focus because I really
Okay, well,
want y'all
I'll
to
let
see
you
the slides.
focus. I'll
Huh?
let you focus. I'll let you focus and pull it up, and I'll just make a comment
Okay.
while you're pulling that up. Yeah, because I do want to mention one thing though, because I think a lot of times when we talk about weight loss and we talk about like the stress and all the things that there's this idea that only happens with women, right? So I while I will say, you know, we'll always have a bias towards the busyness of moms and dads too. But I will say I do think it's important that there are unique differences, I think, in men that probably just to call out for a second here. And the reason why I think it's important is because you're actually going to start seeing data being published and like presented and men marketed to for GLP-1s, not just for weight loss, but also for their reproductive health. And technically, the benefits of weight loss improve your reproductive health anyway. But there's a new thing that I've noticed for the male population that's different, because normally all the weight loss stuff targets women, and I think that what I'm noticing differently about the GLP-1 market is that they're also targeting men, but they're targeting men from the place of reproductive health. Because improving GLP-1 does improve hormones or reproductive hormones. And so people are noticing a difference. But again, the same natural way that you would lose weight and you would increase and you would, if you lost weight, you would increase your GLP-1 naturally. If you lost weight, you would improve your reproductive hormones too. So it's a new thing that I've been noticing that's being marketed to men. So I did want to call that out. So sometimes it's not only just about weight loss. it's also about appealing to other aspects of our health that are important for our whole person. So the whole person doesn't just isn't just focused on weight loss. There's other ways that we interact as a community that people are sort of capitalizing on that with the GLP-1 agonist. But again, you lose the weight, you increase your GLP-1 hormone naturally, you get the same benefits, whether it's reproductive health, whether it's weight loss, whether it's cardiovascular health, so heart health, whether it's lowering your blood sugar levels, whether it's improving your health. All of those things can happen from lowering your GLP-1, from increasing your GLP-1 naturally, and from losing weight. So you look like you got your slide up, so I will stop talking and let you go there.
Yes. Yes, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but 71% people are unaware of poor gut implications. So we think that, oh, it's because we're getting older and we can't eat things we used to eat. But that's not the whole story. That's just a part of that story. 73% have gut health issues, but are unfamiliar with the term microbiome and how that spans away from just GI, digestive, bloating, gas, GI issues like what I was talking about earlier. 34% impact young adults because, as you know, our kids' food quality and lifestyle is very different from ours, and even our parents. Ours was different from our parents, and theirs is really different from all of ours. And then the confusion about gut health, like what does it really mean? So if you don't leave with anything today, it's how am I feeding my good gut bacteria? How am I getting rid of the bad, weeding it out? And how am I supporting, feeding my good bacteria with prebiotics, which, if you're not taking a supplement, means fiber from plants and fruits and vegetables. So I hope that also clears up some things. The because that was the video, but I want to jump to, okay, so now you've convinced me that Plexus is it, and I need to start naturally increasing my GLP-1 and or getting a good regimen to be able to weed seed and feed my gut. Oh, great. How do we get started with Plexus? So get with the person who invited you. I like to say the recommended place to start, especially if weight loss is a goal for you or for anyone in your sphere of influence. The triplex and trim combo is right now available with a free reset. So the reset is a 3-day nutritionally supported fast. So not only are you going to get protein, you're going to get electrolytes, you're going to get healthy glucose, help with healthy glucose metabolism, but you are going to be able to experience just a rejuvenation or a restoration of your cells in those 3 days. And that basically jumpstarts you into making the ability to making healthier lifestyle choices and onboarding the gut health system triplex. Along with the triplex, which is our slim pink drink. So slim is available in 2 different forms, so don't let the name fool you. Hunger Control is the bulk forming fiber, so it helps with portion control, and it also helps with that fiber, extra fiber to help boost that GLP-1. But guess what? Other slim microbiome activating has fiber as well. It's just not the bulk forming fiber. So people who need to gain healthy weight or have chronic inflammation that they're trying to address in the gut or otherwise, joints, skin, I usually will recommend the microbiome activating because the extra fiber sometimes can cause more bloating and things when you're first getting started. And then, so you get with the person who invited you or sent you this recording, and they'll help you figure out, hey, which slim is best. I alternate between the two. There's, really no wrong answer for me on that one. And a lot of people do the same. So triplex is slim, Probio5, which our probiotic is microencapsulated. It has antifungal components because it is very important to have a way to beat down the fungus, candida yeast specifically. And then the third product is our BioCleanse, which is magnesium with bioflavonoids and vitamin C that just helps the magnesium be absorbed more readily. So again, the science here is how the products work together to achieve the weed, seed, and feed effect in an easy way every day. As you transition from your 3-day reset to your triplex, the triplex and trim comes with Restore, which also has berberine. If you've ever heard of berberine, it helps with healthier glucose metabolism, and it's being highlighted as one of those other products that help naturally increase GLP-1. So the fact that we're able now to use that daily instead of just doing a 3-day reset is mind blowing. So this combo comes with that, and the balance is a healthy carb. It helps with healthy carb metabolism. So it has an enzyme that stops the breakdown of carbs. So it delays the absorption of carbs. So it goes along the lines of what Dr. Corey was talking about with decreasing those spikes in your insulin. So it blocks about 48% of the carbs in a meal. So it's important with the timing on that, especially if weight loss is a goal, but it absolutely can help even if you're not taking it right before a meal. Get with the person who shared this with you, and they'll explain more about the cadence of taking the products. Absolute best way. This combo retails at $394. VIP pricing is $308. And I think that that's a misprint because VIP pricing right now is $229 and the reset is free. Membership is $9.95. Yes, $9.95 for annual membership, and it unlocks your 25% discount. All of our products have a 60-day money back guarantee, which if you were like me before Plexus, you had things that you would buy. Oh, I think I'll try this. Oh, I don't think it really worked out for me. And what do? Nothing. You throw it away or you give it to your friend. I mean, but to me, this speaks volumes on the integrity of the company, that not everything is going to work or be preferred by everybody. And we stand behind that. The second great option is a triplex, which is the 3 gut health products and the reset. So right now you can get that for $199, and then you can get $10 off. So if you decide, hey, I don't want the restore and the balance, I just want option number 2, you still get the $10 off, which basically is paying for your year of membership. And again, all of those same benefits apply. And then also a good option, and this is how I started, and probably most of the people on this call who are already with Plexus probably started on triplex, because this is where the bread and butter is with weed seeding and feeding the gut. Right now it's $124. You still get the $10 off, and your membership is $9.95. With the VIP membership, now you did see the retail pricing on here, so you don't have to be a member, but if you do become a member, you do get a referral link where you can share, send your link out, unique code, send your link out, and it's just that simple to start earning income with Plexus. So just to kind of answer that question, if that was in your mind, like, oh, if I want to, maybe get free products or get cash back or earn commissions or money towards my products, what would that mean I would have to pay? And it's absolutely nothing. You just upgrade your account. The only difference comes when it's time to renew. You pay $39.95 for your annual membership instead of $19.95. So it's like no difference at all. And that's a beautiful thing about Plexus as a business opportunity. So I'm going to stop sharing. I really appreciate you guys. I didn't really want to go past 8:30, but it's 8:41. I'm gonna encourage you, get with the person who invited you. If something I said or Dr. Corey said, you're like, I want more information about that, they know how to contact us. We're readily available in all of the groups. Thank you guys for your time tonight. And if you have any questions, please forward those on to us. We would love to answer those. And we hope to see you soon. And we hope you have a really great night. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining.
Good night.
Thanks, Dr. Corey, again.
Thank you.
Such a wealth of knowledge.
Let
me see if I can stop the recording. Stop the recording.